What is good, guys? What is up? What is down? What is neutral? We're back again. Welcome back to Mind Over Matter. Welcome back to another episode of Mom Academy. Back with yours truly. How we all doing out there? Hope you all improving. Hope you all keeping it moving. Hope you all keeping it pushing. Appreciate you all. Appreciate your viewership. Appreciate your support. Appreciate you above all. I appreciate all your shares, your subscribes, your likes, your comments. You know how it goes. Don't forget to hit like button. And yes. Today, I'd like to share a bit of, you could call it advice, you could call it some sort of testimony, let's say. By me sharing my experience, you might resonate with it, and you might take upon it. So, I wanted to talk about my journey of, it's a mix of things, really. Journey of healing, spiritual healing, as well as my journey of celibacy and retention. So, yes, about a year ago and some months, I started my journey of self-healing and spiritual healing and celibacy as well as retention. Just to keep it a buck, I'd like to share that experience, only because it helped me a lot. I wouldn't say it even helped, it literally healed me a lot. So yes, after some bad experiences, a bad relationship, I'd like to say, I decided to take it upon myself to stem away from getting into such close encounters. Let's call it that. So yes, I decided to start my journey of self-development and start my journey of self-healing, spiritual healing. And I discovered that after a period of isolation and meditation and proximity with spirit, I encountered myself. I encountered my true self. I encountered my higher self. I unlocked my higher self by going within, by practicing retention, by getting with self, and it did me a world of good by being in solitude, which I didn't realize I needed it at the time. It was kind of I would say forced, because obviously by being in such state, I would like to really get right back out there and feel like what happened didn't really have an effect or didn't really change me. But I'd come to realization that it did change me and it did affect me. However, it was great. It was a transformation period. It was a period of growth. It was a period of healing. It was a period of self-realization. And I'll be honest, it didn't take long. It did not take long. It just caused me to go within and meditate a whole full lot. I'm not gonna lie. Meditate a whole full lot. And by doing that, I just realized the carnal desires are kind of downfall. And by saying kind of downfall, I'm being very light-hearted, because it is temptation at the end of the day. You must realize that. I must come to that realization, which I did. And it made me look at myself from a whole different light. It made me look at the world from a whole different light. And I am forever and forever grateful for it, because it made me get close to God. It made me get to grips with my reality and what factors were affecting me and what kind of life I was leading at the time, which was a life led by carnal desires as well as vices that didn't serve me, addictions to substances that really obviously just dulled me down, didn't let me be my best self, didn't let me bring out the best in me, which I didn't realize until the period of realization and the period of revelation. And yes, it was great. It was great because it made me go within in such a way where I realized that I was really down in some sort of slumber that I didn't want to wake up from. However, by meditating and praying, I came to the realization that there's a whole different part of me that needed to be unlocked, which was the higher self. And as soon as I unlocked my higher self, it literally shifted my whole reality. It shifted my whole perspective of life. and made me realize that I needed that period. I needed the isolation. I needed my own self back. The one that is presented to you here today. The one that got through the trials, the tribulations, the challenges and obstacles. And by realizing that, I realized that the power is within. Especially when it comes to retention. You will become, at least I'm speaking for myself, I became a lot more powerful within spirit. I became a lot more resilient, which already was, don't get me wrong, but I became more resilient in a better way. I became more assertive in a better way, where I decided the bad things were bad things, and I needed good things. I needed better things in my life and around me, in my energy field. And talking about energy field, retention will definitely empower your energy field and make you realize that you can't control anything or anyone outside of you. You can control, however, yourself, and be disciplined and be resilient of what you want out of life and out of yourself, and what you want to achieve within this realm. And since then, I'm not going to romanticize it. It was a hard road to walk. It was a hard period. However, I didn't let it make me bitter. I only let it make me better. I only let it harden me and build me to such a point where the exterior factors aren't a thing. The exterior world isn't a problem anymore, because the power of self and the power within will make you realize that most people outside of you aren't being themselves. And by me going through such experience, it made me authenticize and synthesize the maybe I needed to be way more of myself than I was being, and I needed to be way more honest with myself than I was being, by way of facing exactly what was within and facing the darkness within. Because I could lie to you and say, oh, I'm a light worker, I'm all about the light, but no one is all about the light. We must face that fact. You must come to, as soon as you come to that realization that you are indeed the light and the dark in one, you'll have a better balance. You'll have a better spiritual balance. You'll have a better connection with yourself. And by practicing retention, your connection with yourself and your higher self, and with God Himself, becomes one, which I would like to call alignment, perfect alignment for that matter. And there isn't a better feeling, because reality starts shifting and the universe starts shifting in your favor. It starts actually providing as soon as you value yourself, as soon as you convince and you come to the realization that you deserve more, that you're worth more than you've been giving yourself credit for. As soon as you come to that realization, the universe will definitely shift in your favor, and you step into the realm of the fifth dimension. You step into the new earth. It's been a great journey, and it's been some time. However, since the beginning of the channel, I have not fully disclosed this journey that I've embarked on, this spiritual journey that I've embarked on. I am very, very, very grateful for everything that has happened in my life, only because without it, I would have stayed in the mundane. I would have stayed in a way of being that didn't serve me or didn't serve others in the best light. However, since then, there have been major improvements within. There have been major realizations within, and major achievements spiritually. Growing up, I grew up Catholic. I did go to church. I did Bible study. I did a lot within the Catholic religion. And I will most definitely share a lot more about that at a later date. But I'm only saying that to say this: by becoming spiritual, I had to leave religion behind. I'm not saying I left the worship of God behind. Not at all. Because even with some peers or even people that I come across, they'll take me saying I'm spiritual rather than religious. They'll take it as something that I'm say playing with the dark arts or playing with the occult or something like that, which is definitely not the case. I worship God above everything. I put God first above anything and everything. It's mind over matter at the end of the day. And without God, I would not be here today sharing this testimony with you. And yeah, a lot of religious people will take me saying I'm spiritual in the wrong way. They'll take it as something that it's not of God and it's not godly and it's otherworldly. However, it's my experience. It's my own endeavor. It's my own path. At the end of the day, I didn't pick this life. It might sound cliche, but I did not pick this life. This life chose me. And I wish I could be ignorant. Like they say, ignorance is bliss, right? But if you're a true seeker, you cannot be ignorant by default. If you're a true seeker, you will most definitely come to a point where you will become spiritual. And you won't have a choice. And the trials, the tribulations, the challenges, the obstacles that I was facing definitely enhanced and developed such things within me that proved that I was living the wrong life, and I was in the wrong path. And I'll tell you something for nothing, it straightened me right out. And I'm saying that because it literally picked me out of a hole. It picked me out of a pit. It picked me out of the darkness. It walked me right through the darkness. And yeah, I wish I could say that I picked the spiritual life, but not really. Spiritual life picked me. And with that, I can say that I was in denial, in full denial. And beginning stages, I was still in denial. I was still thinking, why me? Why now? Why can't I go back? Why can't I be slightly blind to the bull that was around me? But no, I could not. There was just something, and when I say something, I'm not gonna just say something. God did not let me keep my eyes wide shut to everything that was going on around me. And it was a very pivotal point. Hard, but very, very pivotal point and very, very positive outcome. And I'm only sharing this because you will come across it, some of you. And when it happens, if it does happen, pick the life path. Walk through the darkness, literally strut through it, because you might just be left there. So you gotta keep walking, you gotta keep pushing, regardless of how hard it gets, regardless of how dark it gets. So yeah, you must pick the light path. I'm only saying that because by staying in the darkness, you won't become better. You'll only become bitter. And you'll only hurt others that don't deserve to be hurt. You hurt others that never meant any You will hurt others that never meant any evil towards you. And that's not good. Because by spiritual law, it'll only come back on you 10 times harder than you've dished it out. And 10 times out of 10 times, you won't want to take it. And you won't be able to take it. That's called karma. And I've had to face my demons and my bit of karma and pay my karmic debt. However, I had to let him make me a better person. I had to let him make me a conscious person. I had to let it make me lead a conscious life. By being conscious, I mean do unto others as you'd like it done to you, as you'd wish done to you, regardless of how others may treat you, of how others may mishandle you. That's the power of forgiveness. Doesn't mean you must keep taking hits and you must stay stagnant and let people trample and walk all over you and hurt you all over again. No. You must forgive and walk away from these people. Because if they want to change, they will. If they want to lead a conscious life, they will. But they choose not to. However, that is not your problem. That is not your responsibility. Your responsibility is to lead by example and be your best version that you've never been. Become the person that's consciously living and not unconsciously trampling other people's paths and hurting others in the process. So yeah, guys, this is a serious one, a bit of a testimony, a bit of a revelation, let's call it. Just wanted to share that because it might help you. It might guide you. And it might make you realize that you can be better. You can be your best self. And you can come out of the mundane. You can come out of the tit for tat. Come out of the rat race and the competition and the cutthroat world that most people live in, which doesn't make sense because your life is a projection of what you put out. And as soon as you come into that realization, you will most definitely lead a better life. You will most definitely have a better state of consciousness. You most definitely have a better connection with God. You most definitely have a better connection with yourself and with your higher self. So yeah, just wanted to share that with you guys. Not gonna make this one an upbeat one because otherwise it just takes away from the seriousness of this message and the seriousness of the testimony itself. But I'd like to share a little book with you guys. Little book that actually will make you have a better perspective of things, have a better perspective of the universe, of this realm we live in. So yeah, got it right here, and it is the 12 laws of the universe, by Manadeep Singh. Sorry, I didn't mean to trample his name, but yeah, Manadeep Singh, 12 Laws of the Universe. I'd like to share that content with you guys, only because, yes, it'll most definitely help you see things from a better perspective, help you lead and live more consciously of the energies that you put out and what you will get back in. Because if you're putting out bad, trust me, bad's gonna come back to you. If you put out good, however, put out good vibration, if you meditate, vibrate higher, the universe itself will provide you with exactly what you need. Because you can't just go to the slot machines without putting your coins in and hoping to get a jackpot, hoping to hit it big. You know what I'm saying? Does it make sense? Picking up what I'm putting down? Cool. Appreciate your viewership. Appreciate you sticking through this kind of longish testimony, and appreciate you above all. Appreciate your support. And don't forget, guys, your life is a projection of what you put out. Definitely read the book. It'll make you understand exactly what I'm saying in a better context, in a much expanded perspective. And like always, like, share, subscribe to the Highest Vibe Tribe. And I should be back again with another topic that I'm going to touch upon. Namaste, but I must go. Thank you.